other than that, we'll see.
I think it kind of circumvents the real problem. But that aside, our bans are ready. Now let's take a look at what we have. First of all, Bank and Consulate are auto-removed.
Yeah,
This
Bank's
was
good
5.
for Rogue.
Coast, Oregon Villa, and Border removed at the end, which leaves us with Clubhouse again.
Ooh.
Good
So
map.
it's a Clubhouse kind of day. Honestly, North America hasn't played a ton of Clubhouse yet. It only been played, I believe, twice before today. But as I mentioned about SSG earlier, this is SSG here, and they went 6-2 against Obey on it. So we know they have some good strategies for it. But I imagine Rogue would not be going here if Ranger did not have some ideas for it.
Oh, Ranger would not allow it. Would not allow it.
Slap.
Not sign up on this one.
Well, we'll see if we're talking to Ranger after this or not, if they can win it. Because if it's another tie situation, no FaceTime with Ranger.
I did have some FaceTime with him when we were in Valencia.
We don't want to know about that. Maybe Chala instead. We'll see, depending on who can stick it out on this. If someone comes out ahead, we did have a tie situation last time, so could go either way. But I think this will be interesting to see Rogue strategy on it, because I think they have some pretty interesting strategies as of late. They've really developed as a team in terms of having some different ways of playing stuff that people aren't necessarily prepared for yet. And so, as I've been saying earlier, we want to see all these different ideas on Clubhouse, different ways of playing it, different takes on it. Like we saw Mouses. It wasn't as roamy as I hoped, but it still was a pretty good one. So, Rogue brings something interesting.
I think we'll see also how Rogue has dealt with the fact that there was travel in the past couple of days as well. So that obviously affects things. DreamHack is set in between play days, so you kind of have to adapt.
The upside is when you're going back to North America, you're going back in time. So they left on Sunday and arrived on Sunday, potentially. So that's good. At least they were going the other way around. So they should have been able to get a little bit of catch-up sleep for this.
Should be doable, that's for sure. It's a lot on the shoulders of Rogue to keep showing that they're consistent. For a lot of players and fans out there, they've been seeing Rogue as the #1 team in North America in Season 7 and beyond. So we'll see what happens there. The game is ready. Let's head into Clubhouse, as Space Station will try to fight against the Giants of Rogue that have had a great season, but we finally see the two teams squaring off. As Space Station, they've dominated in their own way as well.
Well, we'll see which hard breacher gets the cut this time, as Rogue are banning first. See if they want to strip out Habana or Thermite, as it's very likely to be one of those two.
Thermite.
All
Okay.
Right. Can't imagine we'll see both, but
oh god, no.
Yeah, that was.
Oh god, no.
That was a fun one. Still wake up with cold sweats thinking about that.
Harvester ban.
I don't know. Well, probably the Lion. They also banned Blackbeard a lot on Rogue, but they couldn't because they had to ban Thermite. So you pick one or the other.
I mean, it makes sense with the way that Chala plays well with the team. That Lion would be removed.
Yeah, no, that's a good one for them.
Mira, most definitely.
Potentially. I mean, we saw it unbanned last time, and it didn't really affect the map much.
Paul.
All right.
It's one of the rare times we get to see Pulse banned, but if there's a map to go for it, it is Clubhouse.
I feel like Border is the most common one he's banned on.
Very, very true as well. A lot of that play against the Armory from below. I think Rogue will just go for an Echo ban here.
Yeah, potentially Echo or Maestro. No.
Mute.
Again, this is the second time now. Thermite Mute is exactly what Obey banned last matchup. So,
okay, well,
similar mentality, I suppose.
This means that we should be seeing more of the Smoke, Maestro, and Echo combo.
And I wonder, is the Mute ban really just to say we want to be able to drone as fast as possible on this map, and we want to make sure that roamers can't hide from us that way? Slash, are you really going to stick that alibi? That would be an interesting choice. We'll see. Reveal is over. 6 pick time. Could be just trying to hide something. No, it's Geo going to hide something there. Vigil and then Rampy switching. The counter to each other, though.
Either way, Geo can play an excellent Mira. Just like he can play an excellent Vigil. But this obviously screams, we will roam so hard. And we're going to use the fact that the Echo now has 2 yokais to support us.
Yeah.
But
and again, this is the Mute ban actually kind of working against Rogue, in the sense that they could potentially be using this right now to help with that roam. And they're not even going to be playing a Bandit or anything, so I guess there's that.
We'll see how Rogue set up with this one. Of course, they're bringing the Alibi. We've been seeing quite a bit of Alibi play, and Clubhouse is one of those maps. And Villa is the other one where it sees a lot of Alibi play and a lot of Maestro play. Almost as if the map was designed to work very well with the operators
Weird.
that are revealed, right?
I like how Slash is just kind of dropping these along behind him almost. Like leaving a little trail of copies of himself.
Breadcrumbs.
Yeah, he's like, follow me here. I'm going to hang out in the club. We'll see, though, if he can get away with it. Again, though, this is... So when we were watching this matchup last time, you know, there was issues with droning quickly enough for attacking Arsenal to have enough time left when it got down there. This is going to make it hard. They've got a Vigil and the Alibi. That's going to make droning this a bit harder because this is a pretty heavy roam. But, of course, Rampy has the counter to that they don't know he has because he 6th picked it. So that will be a little bit of a surprise, I imagine, to Geo, who may get caught very easily and tracked as he's starting to roam around in blue. And Slash deploys the last of his holograms as the phone call comes out a little early, I would say, from Redeemer, as they don't seem to be heavily inside just yet.
Spacestation definitely want to go in here and take control of the top floor. That's why they went in for the call, and they didn't hear anybody. I mean, the drones should have given them a lot of information. Yeah. But I think the barred up door kind of scared SSG.
Yeah, no, that does make you worry a little bit. Like, why is that closed? Is there someone actually playing up here? Definitely, there's definitely people playing very, very near you, Rampy.
The call will come in as well. Prisma will get shot down. The Yokai spotted as well.
Oh,
Baited
no.
out perfectly. That is one of the 2 Yokais that has been removed. The spray from Eclipse, he'll hit the feet of the Dokkaebi. Can't finish it off.
That was definitely a nice attempt, though. Did a fair amount of damage.
The Zofia cannot really do much against this here, but Slash runs up and gets the kill on Rampy. He's using his Prisma to his advantage. The EMP is going to get thrown in, but Redeemer already go down. There's still 2 more up here. Geo gets one on Chala, just roaming in. Where is Geo even at? Low on health. Oh, he just pushes up and plays against the Zofias. He had the support of the Echo, and Slash just smashing Thinking Aid to the floor. Shuttle last alive here on the Habana. He'll take Slash out. He'll spot even the Yokai running away from him. Unfortunately, can't go for the shot as he needs the extra ammo just in case he gets pounced on. Cannot spot the Yokai just yet.
Man, Slash with that masterclass in Alibi play had such an impact on this round. Shuttle, so much time left to play with it. Nothing.
Oh, oh
wow.
My God, what was that?
The luck there. Brian peeking at just the wrong time, but there we go. Eclipse finishing things off as he gets a nice little sneak preview of the death with the Yokai. At that point, I felt like you got shot. My goodness, what a surprise that was.
I always react like that. You know,
yeah,
I'm an emotional man. You know me?
Wearing your heart on your sleeve, so I don't even need to play Pulse. But yeah, no, great play by Slash. And that is the primary defense site for them being Arsenal, now 1. We'll see how they do on Cash Room, though. Will they roam just as heavy? Because we know, like I said, we weren't seeing a lot of roam play the previous one, so it's good to see that someone's kind of figured it out to an extent. I mean, Geo as well, playing that far-flung blue stairs top, did quite well over there. We'll see. Are they going to 6th pick anything off, though, to switch it out? As the 6 picks worked out, I would say more so for Rogue than it did for SSG that last round. Geo potentially going for the same one. Nope, he's going to go for Maestro instead.
There you go. Even though the Echo works pretty well,
yeah,
I still can see why. I mean, for the untrained eye, you compare the Echo and the Maestro and like, well, they both get 2 bits of utility that are basically a camera. One that moves and one that doesn't.
I'll take the one that moves, but doesn't kill, because the other one's not really lethal. It just can kind of soften them up a bit unless they're already softened up. But Shuttle at least got 2 rounds. The only one to get any kills so far on Space Station. But the things are just warming up here. It could go either way. We'll see if the attack strategy here on Cash is a little bit different than what we saw last matchup, as we definitely saw a variety of attack setups as well as defensive setups, which is good. No shields being stuck in windows just yet this time, though. Slash actually playing that bandit this time.
That left-hand side reinforced wall is definitely more of a
meta?
North American thing.
Yeah.
Europe is completely different. Completely different. Like, I see why you would set up the.
Because they drive on the other side of the road. Obviously.
What do you mean?
And, you know, we drive on the right-hand side, so we put our mirror on the left.
Yeah, but only Britain does that, and like Malta and Sweden in Europe.
Look, I don't know these things because I'm taking Ubers everywhere else. Okay.
Located a bomb.
All right.
Exposed.
Exposed. My ignorance.
Bomb located by
Rampy getting in pretty quick here. This
What?
is a. Oh, don't leave that wall soft.
Why? We always
Don't.
mention that wall.
There's a
Reinforce it.
All right. Well, that radio definitely gonna be OP right there.
Oh my God, no. That's
So-
the Maestro removed.
Yeah.
And Rogue, even though they have the round advantage, now they'll have to
Oh,
play
no.
from the back as they open up the mirror window for Slash to hold the angle from.
See if they can get a little more progress here. I like the angle from above as well. Shot getting open, but again, leaving that soft wall, especially when teams are gonna play sledge sometimes.
They spot they spotted the SMG from the bandits. They can play that to their advantage.
C4
Four is
though.
gonna get thrown out. There we go, easily on to Rampy. And this is Slash removed before the grenades can really become too much of a hassle. Chaw still has a lifeline to work with, and of course his concussive lifelines is back. We'll go in for the final call. We might just go in for the push, but easily. There we go. The shot on Chala eliminating him. One of the best Miras.
Attacker's bomb diffuser has
Yeah,
been
easily is
dropped.
definitely dominating this round here. If he can stay alive a bit longer and just get the rest of his team to be able to
Attackers
support him,
recovered
this
the bomb diffuser.
could be an easy crush on Spacestation.
4v2, and it's only the catcher and of course the Dokkaebi alive. I don't think Dokkaebi has any calls anymore.
I don't think
No.
they do them a lot of good at this point anyways.
There
Oh,
we-
he does.
Now they're gonna get used for the first time. Well, they just pulled it up randomly before, I guess.
Yeah, when you go on your drone, it looks the same, so it's a little confusing if we cut away right before he goes onto it. Either way, though, phone call's just going to confirm what he already knows, that he's surrounded and about to die. Thinking nade, though, potentially could help here as he's going for Eclipse. Question is who's going to find who first. Eclipse potentially has the advantage on speed and gunpowder.
Yeah, they hear him, and Eclipse still gets the kill on Thinking Nade Redeemer. That's the live here. So all the calls are going off. C4 is going to get thrown right next to him as all of that audio is just really, really messing things up for him. But there you go. Redeemer gets one. He'll get shot down by Slash to end the round. There you go. Quick spray on the side of the unreinforced wall. That's why there's always one wall that is unreinforced. And round two will go the way of Rogue after a pretty good start by Spacestation.
Well, that's 2 successful defenses in a row. Definitely a good start for Rogue. They are going to have to play Bedroom, though. This is where I want to see if they have a pretty unique or good strategy for this. They are bringing the castle. Something we've talked about is kind of an important part of the defense here. Just to really limit the access points and the crossfires that are going to come on you. Are thinking they're going to stick with that? Now, they got to imagine that Bed is the bomb site they're going to be picking next because so few teams want to play Bar because it's not so great right now. So they've got to be prepared for that. However, no, they're not going to be playing with the castle because Slash is going over to Jaeger. Interesting choice. We'll see if that works out, but...
I mean, it is Jim. Castle is a great operator to have here. I think what we usually don't see is a Mira. And
Yeah,
we've seen a lot of Mira setups being played to look into the hallway from the bathroom.
yeah. We'll see if they reinforce the whole bathroom wall because, you know, Nick can take advantage of that. Well, I'd like to see where these Evil Eyes get put up as well. We haven't seen a ton of Evil Eye positions. If we can catch Sleepy Geo here. He's going to use reinforcing first, but he's got 2 little eyes to put up.
I mean,
So with that.
cash room is still a big part of this defense as well. It's your first layer of defense before
10
you
seconds
peel
to
it
go.
off like an onion and fall back onto the site, right?
Yeah, and that's what I like to see is when they actually use it to expand their bomb site instead of just, oh, well, it's one more place that they're just going to push into.
And this is what I like, the
Locate
fact that
and
there's
defuse
so
the
many
bomb.
open holes as well. Oh, soft Mira window.
And crouch height without opening above it.
That's a long angle.
There's one in the bathroom we were talking about earlier.
I love these setups from Rogue. There's so much creativity in them, to say the least.
I'll love it more if I see it work.
Ah, there you go. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Well, Rampy gets that open quick. Now you got to imagine he's running a sledge. He ran it last round as well, so you had to be prepared for that. Maybe that's why they just didn't bother with the castle. They're like, you know what, he's going to be running a sledge anyways, or a Zofia, which they're running both of, so forget it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. They are pushing aggressively in cash, but it's nice to see two defenders in cash holding it very aggressively, but they've got a lot of potential angles to be shot from. It's surprising to see two fights going on through the drone hole here, though.
Rampy is on the sledge. Should mirror window. Yeah, it's not going to really do much, but
Move out.
there you go. Schmuck, move out. There you go. So, yeah. Shala will call things out as the concussion nade will get thrown in the back. ADSs will get burned, but will Space Station actually push through this? Yes, there's at least incandelas that are thrown in, and how does Eclipse survive that? Slash comes in for the fight and actually wins it out. Shala is on the floor. Thinking Nade will refrag. Thinking Nade turns around and smashes Eclipse. It's now the calls coming in from the Dokkaebi as Rogue lose out their first level of defense with a minute 15 on the clock.
I like the idea of the two just fighting side by side to defend that, but neither of them was ready to push back in terms of pulling back to the site, and they could not get 2 kills out of it. But in the meantime, they did burn 2 minutes, so there is that potential advantage. However, it's going to come down to how Space Station execute here, and they have more than enough utility to continue to execute on this. Thinking they might even have some Candelas left to go for the actual push here, maybe even onto Jim. Yep, 2 Candelas. Smokes, though, finally coming out here from Brian, as easily just about dies in the process, still having C4 in his pocket.
I'm thinking Nade expecting somebody to peek in from the office as he inhales a bit more smoke, and Thinking Nade is on the floor, unfortunately. A Candela's been thrown in, but he was a bit too aggressive on it. Now, they'll pick him up. They lose a bit of time in this, and they lose 1 Candela. The mirror has been tagged very, very low, as that is the last Candela is going to get thrown out. Brian will go 1 kill on Thinking Nade. Turning around as Rampy will get 1 on easily. Fortunately, Shuttle will go down. It's up to Geo now to clutch the round, and Redeemer, though, will take him out before he can respawn, and that's Rogue losing round. Space Station putting their first one on the board.
My favorite part of that, though, is how Dokkaebi hacked the Evil Eyes.
Yeah, huh?
And they can just watch. Like, oh, hey, by the way, they're shooting you from here.
We know what's going on.
Yeah.
We can deal with it.
Unfortunately, Slash and Eclipse, their first layer of defense, that onion got peeled way too easily and ended up with them being the ones crying.
Yeah.
And the rest kind of fell from there. But I do like that they were trying that. That was a good idea. Now they are going to go back to their best bomb site here, Arsenal. I don't know if they'll be able to play it as aggressively as they did last time when they had Slash playing on the Alibi, but this time he's going to be the one on the Vigil. You could see Geo against 6th pick over to a potentially different roamer, although there are occasionally roaming Legions. However, Eclipse actually the 6th pick. It's going to go off that Bandit onto Valkyrie, and then we see Jackal from Rampy. They decided we don't want to worry so much about those roamers. Let's bring the Jackal. I think that's a smart call. Like you mentioned, Jackal a little underpicked in this game, but not so much in this round. So hopefully that'll be a big factor in this working out. Although they may not expect the extra black eye cameras until they find out that Eclipse 6 picked over to Valkyrie. He may go on the roam, though. These cameras may be a big help in terms of making sure that Slash is able to kind of run around a bit more freely. But both the Jackal and the IQ and the Dokkaebi means so many problems for Slash staying alive and hidden.
10
Right,
seconds
Geo,
remaining.
of course, on the Legion this time around. Brian on the smoke. I want to see how he easily plays this one out, as Slash on the Vigil is definitely something that is
Attackers have recovered their
always
diffuser.
impressive
Attackers
to
are
watch.
moving out to
Yeah.
locate a bomb
But
and
what I'm really interested in is the Jackal for Rampy.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see if that ends up being a big factor, because like I said, between him and the IQ, it's pretty easy to find out where Slash is hiding, and then you throw a phone call in there, what can you do? Obviously, Lion's Band, so they're not going to be playing that as well, but nonetheless, it's definitely going to be difficult to deal with. We'll see. I mean, he can wait to play late roam when maybe one or more of those operators are no longer in play. If he can securely escape the room. a lot of that does sometimes depend on getting some early frags though and having the actual man advantage, which is hard to do on this bomb site because unless you are already roaming, chances are you're not going to get any kind of man advantage unless you get like a quick early spawn peek or something. So chances are the roam is probably already prematurely shut down on Slash here, unfortunately.
Thinking nade, checking things out, or any of the utility is, of course, Geo has those goo mines already thrown out around the map. Just gotta be careful on the push. SSG just setting up for push. So far it's fairly silent, but you'll finally hear Shuttle doing the work with his Hibana, opening up the hatches. And at the same time, oh, nobody shot the jukebox. They're trying to contest from below. I don't know how to fall back. And Brian just gets a kill on Shuttle. Where was Shuttle?
Oh
boy, on the cross here, trying to get to the kitchen to open up the hatch, and the kitchen hatch is closed.
Not a good start for Space Station.
Oh no.
Bomb has been located.
I mean, we'll see if that ends up being a big factor. As they're starting to push Moto, Rampy's already dropped down. He could potentially find Slash's footprints, and he's going to do so right now, assuming those are Slash's. And that's going to make things a little bit harder. But nonetheless, Slash says, that's fine. You can see my footprints as I shoot you in the face.
Take one down. Redeemer coming around from the side, taking down Eclipse. He's busy taking down the drone. Still man advantage for the defenders of Rogue. Thinking nade and Moto. Schmaltz are going to get thrown into the back grenade, thrown by Slash as he maneuvers away. Brian, though, will get one on Chala. Smoke will get thrown in the middle of the hallway. Just give the attackers a bit of cover. The Yokais slowing things down as Redeemer gets shot from the back by Brian. He's using the opened up hole in the army to his advantage, just thinking he gets one more, but Slash cleans him up with the SMG-12 on the Vigil. You know, you can still use Vigil without roaming because the SMG-12 is just so good.
Well, yeah, I mean, you get two good guns, potentially some impact nades, and the ability to make it much harder for them to drone you. I mean, it's nice also that he managed to get the kill on the Jackal right after Jackal's scanning his footprints. Might have put some ping on him, but assuming those were his footprints that he got, because there was a few different footprints right there. But nonetheless, a great round and a great couple of kills from Brian as well, playing on that smoke, getting some good shots with that SMG-11.
I mean, he's playing in the back of the armory, and we saw the kill come out with a shotgun earlier.
Yeah, no, that was the kill that changed things, because as soon as they got that kill, they were able to play so freely around Arsenal. They were able to just get a lot of kills, and as long as Slash was able to stay alive, they just could not seem to do anything. I didn't see any kind of good flank coming out from Blue that they could have taken advantage of.
There was time.
Yeah.
We could have seen a flank to maneuver back from Blue, going through the blue stairs, obviously. Yeah, sure, you lost the hatch, but
Attackers need to locate and
you kind of have to deal with it. I mean, pushing from one angle.
Yeah. Didn't work out so great, especially when Slash just could not be killed. The one grenade that got kind of close still did nothing. We'll see, though. Geo sneaking a 6-pick over to... There we go. Thank you, Easily, for reinforcing that. Geo switching over to Maestro at the last minute with the 6-pick. They'll definitely be a bit more prepared this time, so Rampy not going to have an easy time opening up those walls. Teammate going to be sticking on that Ying again. I don't think the Ying was a terrible pick last time. He just got a little greedy against the smoke, but that was just, you know, Brian doing a good Brian thing.
Yeah, and of course, this is round 5, which means this is the last round that Rogue will play defense. After this, we'll switch things around.
Yeah,
it's a soft mirror window now.
I don't think those really worked against them last time, so I mean, it's a slightly different setup.
I like this window, obviously on the stairs. I think it's great. What I'm trying to wrap my head around is the soft one that they have right here.
No, you see it's open on the top. Anytime it's a soft one and it's crouch height and they're opening at the top, you can throw stuff through it. If you open it enough, you can vault through it, and it makes for good rotations.
Why would you do that? Even like to vault through it, you need a bigger hole with that.
The throw through is better for smoke. So if Brian's going to be playing that, for example, and they manage to take over the other mirror, or if they're starting to push through construction, yeah, you could throw it through the side as well. I mean,
I really like. I want to pick their brains about this one because, you know, I like talking about mirror.
Well, let's hope they win, so you can ask Ranger.
Talking to Ranger. Okay. I think we'll
trade-offs, pros and cons.
There you go. Easily, of course, on the Mira. See all the drones that are running into the site, and I'll try to zap them because, of course, if you're playing Maestro, those Evil Eyes can destroy drones fairly easily.
I like how he just ended up using his LMG anyway. He's like, all right, whatever, I'll just shoot it. Either way, though, Redeemer a little concerned about some flanks coming out from roamers. None coming out just yet, although we only see 4 people on site at the moment. So we are missing 1. Potentially just could be for the... Yep, he's all the way downstairs. Redeemer doesn't look like he's caught him just yet on this drone, so might be a little sneaky eclipse and get around from behind. Maybe come up those blue stairs.
Thinking nade opening up to the window. He'll need to burn ADSs inside of the site to make those Candelas extra effective because of the way that Rogue have been setting up. Have you know, soft mirror window in the cache room, looking into the servers. Seems like this will be a one-directional attack. No, I don't know how well this would work if they all push from one angle. They need to be very careful as easily blows them to smithereens. That's 3 out of play. Redeemer can call as much as he'd like, but no one will answer as Chala is down, and suddenly he's last on his own versus the 5. Rogue getting very ballsy in this, and a flawless round from Rogue, and easily getting 3 kills at the end of it. There's a reason why I call easily the best player in North America.
Just playing the last time he played that mirror as well, so effective. He's that position especially out of all the bomb sites. Yeah,
he can do it all.
That is his spot. Yeah, easily definitely one of the better players by far.
The best.
Yeah, I enjoyed the article I read about him as well, in how he sacrificed a lot to play this by ditching out on school. And so he is.
What was he doing in school?
I imagine studying, but it was some logistics, I think it was. So it was a very dry, boring subject according to him. And this is not so much a dry, boring subject, and so I'm glad he's found his calling, and we get to watch it. Yeah. Rampy on Rook. Interesting. Now, of course, they have switched sides. Oh, there we go. Speaking of switching, going to be switching over to Legion, and they are going to start in bedroom, which is an interesting one to start with, but doesn't always work out. Brian, there we go, sneaky 6 pick as well over to Twitch. Now, pretty big point advantage here for Rogue, as a 3-2 is one thing, but a 4-1 is quite another, as they are 1 away from a guaranteed tie at minimum. And we'll see if they can attack successfully. We are going to see Thinking Nade on that castle. I imagine he's going to castle that window and then the door behind it, as is usual, as he's done the window as well on the bedroom. Pretty typical setup on that, although it looks like he actually could be, no, he's going to castle this one, so he doesn't want to go with the double castle. He's just going to go with all 3 window castles. Now they are bringing Ekel on Sledge, so that should make short work of them, not to mention they have easily with a soft breach on the lifelines. And as a far-flung backup, of course, the X-Kairos of Slash. So more than enough ways to open that up. And hey, if you really have to, you got grenades on Sleepy Geo.
Yeah, but so this setup from Space Station is one that I really like.
The problem I have with it though is if you don't do the deep castle barricade, you don't get the advantage of Jaeger ADSs.
Yes.
And you don't get the ability to deny those.
And that's the thing, you should always be treating construction as somewhere you're going to eventually fall out of.
Yeah, it's kind of
you spread your castle barricades a bit too thin, and obviously, as you mentioned, because there is no second castle barricade by the gym of leading into the hallway, then this makes it a lot easier for someone like Easily, who is one of the best Zophias in the region, to clean things up. Oh, Rampy wanting to...
So close.
Wanted to play the dirty game, but Easily is not having any of it. Maybe that is why they set up a 3rd one here.
Well, like I said, they have Eclipse on the Sledge, and that made really short work of it. Thankfully, he slapped it from the side and didn't get punished for it. But Geo needs to make sure to watch this angle on the window. And there we go, another one. That one, the upside-down repel slap. And these castle barricades pretty much proving to be worthless, as I said, when you put them on, see, all 3 of them gone already. That didn't do you any good, and not only that, it cost them basically no utility, because you get like 10 zillion hammer hits. And there we go, the wall going to start to fall.
25.
I was close mathematically. And this is a... This is what I can see though, is that when you open the foot height one, you still get the same control of the hallway, and they can't run out on you. Does make for an interesting attack. They are focused on. There we go. Now we can get a few more angles as well, but no way for them to jump through that.
Unfortunate.
Well, like I said, that works to your advantage.
How did that even happen? How does that even happen?
Sometimes you just like to make cool designs and really
Artwork.
make it your own. Customize the map.
Yeah, Neil Buchanan's art attack.
Speaking of attack,
oh, he'll crawl in.
He did it.
They have no idea that Easily is on the site. And he'll just go in for the spray. There goes Shuttle. And there,
oh my!
They completely reinforce.
Oh my God!
The bathroom. Oh my God! Rampy goes in for the kill here, but Redeemer with one more Eclipse gets one, but Easily just goes in against Thinking Nade and takes him out. 3v1 now. Shaw is the last man alive, and Rogue blindsiding Space Station. Eclipse finally going down, but Easily. Oh my God! How are you so good?
Wow. That sneak attack crawling through the wall. No one saw that coming.
It's like Solid Snake sneaking up.
It was. It absolutely was.
Easily very much is the super weapon to surpass Metal Gear. There's no way around it. He is so good. That game sense.
Easily wrecks. That was definitely a play. Bedroom was not the right bomb site, I guess, for Space Station. It was just a complete surprise when they just run right in front of him like, oh, hey, what are you doing in here? No one expected it, so fantastic move. I mean, I like the idea. Like, because the way they opened it, right, no one was going to rush through that hole. But the fact that they had the upper hole and the lower hole meant someone could be watching an angle on the upper hole while someone crawled prone through the lower hole. So you had coverage on them.
Yep.
Because they couldn't cover the gym. Because they didn't double reinforce with the castle barricades, someone can watch the gym window to make sure no one's in gym and no one can get into gym through any kind of rotate holes. And you can cover from the other side. And that, again, is why they needed to go with the double castle barricades. Because
if only
the other
they could
ones
hear you.
If only they could watch this VOD later and think about what they've done. Either way, though, this could be the last round here as we are matching map point. 5 points for Rogue to 1 for Space Station. This is looking like a little bit like SK Cloud9, but with 1 more point on the board so far. Now the best thing Space Station can hope for is a tie, but this is very good for Rogue because now Rogue have the opportunity to leapfrog SSG up that scoreboard.
Yeah, and not only that, but they'll also have a pretty big round differential to add to theirs. Now, round differential is not the most important.
Yeah, we were saying before that was like the next thing that decided it. Turns out it's a little more complicated. There's a few more layers than that.
It's head-to-head that basically decides first if, you know, two teams are going to play against one another twice in one season, one pre-patch, one post-patch. Well, that head-to-head is the second decider after the points, and then after that, we go and talk about the round differential. So we correct ourselves in our mistaken ways, and you know,
slap
pray,
on the wrist.
Yeah, we pray for your forgiveness. Hopefully, Redeemer can support us.
Redeem us.
Yes.
There we go. Open window. Interesting that they left that open. They got the shock drone right on in there pretty easily. So this is cash room. Will they defend this better than bedroom? I would hope so. Curious to see if Rogue is going to go for an inside or outside attack. And I differentiate between those two because the inside attack depends on taking some of the inside, usually bedroom, and pushing in through the connector. Whereas an outside-only defense or attack rather depends on Thermite or a Hibana opening up the double wall usually to be able to get in and get some angle. But it looks like it's an inside attack. Eclipse is on that sledgehammer. So if they have not fully reinforced that one wall, we saw what Rampy could do with that. So they may want to consider that. And I like that he's opening up another rotation for himself potentially.
And there you go, easy with the sludge. That's why you see a lot of touch play as well. It's just, you won't really see a team dedicate 2 reinforcements into that wall because it's kind of superfluous.
Yeah, but it does, I mean, offers a little bit of denial in terms of that because there is a hatch above and there's easier access to that logistics office because of that. So you can kind of use that, but yeah, it's not really a big high priority for reinforcements. Brian concerned about the rotate that is actually coming here. He knows someone's on those stairs, and there certainly is a flank coming from those stairs. Can they get it with... Oh, he spotted one on the drone there. Brian going to have to pre-fire it. Potentially a nice grenade from Eclipse, but it doesn't get any kills.
He's trying to chuck it up to... Oh, there we go. An easy kill from Brian onto Chala. He loses the Claymore, but that is the Jaeger. shot down. That grenade that was thrown up top by Eclipse is to take down the bandit batteries. Well, Rampy takes down a couple more of those Hibana pellets. Easily gets another kill on Redeemer. Fortunately, Rampy from below will get the C4 on easily and then open his way up to go play by the stairs. And this puts Brian on Twitch duty to hold their backside here. Shuttle peeking in. Flash is going to get thrown into the back against the smoke. Rampy Shuttle with one more on a slash. But Geo will connect with a grenade. 3v2. The UMP is still available. There's no C4 in. Geo's still fairly healthy. Just in case. There we go. Thinking is going to get spotted. Little time left on the clock as Thinking Nade will get one kill. The headshot coming in, though. Can he connect with the rest? No, he cannot. Eclipse will run in. 4 seconds left on the clock as this has to get way too close. Eclipse will get sprayed in, and Rampy has the time this year. Cannot spray to the side. No! All the shots are going to the side of the leg, and Eclipse is still alive as Brian jumps on in and finishes up the round. Rogue with a 6-1 as they launch Space Station up into the immaterium of space.
They're going to be watching this VOD later and just taking turns kicking themselves after that, over that missed shot. That is so unfortunate when you're that close to potentially saving it. But to be fair, they would have had to come back so many more rounds.
Yeah.
It would have been tough situation just to get a tie at that point, a bit of an uphill battle. But either way, a good attempt.
Rogue with an excellent day, I have to say. This is the Rogue we're used to.
One of their better days this season, I would say. But either way, that was a fantastic win. We have seen some unbalanced matches on Clubhouse today, I would say. A 6-0 and a 6-1 definitely goes to show that there are some teams that are very good at Clubhouse and some teams that are not.
I would definitely say that the final matchup that